Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. But if you're new here, I say welcome to my channel. I hope that you enjoy the experience and that you learn a thing or two. So today I'm going to be changing this closure and bundles into a fringe wig. It was sent to me by my client. It was originally a closure, a center part wig, so I had to take it down and wash the hair. And now I want to re-wig. If you notice from the cap, I've resized the cap on the head to suit my client's head size, and I'm just showing you how I place my closure. You see, I was trying to show you the middle of the canvas head. That also implies that that's the middle of your own head. So I'm just making sure that my closure sits right in the center. Like, I'm finding the center of my closure and I'm placing it on the middle of the canvas head. We're just going to assume that this is just your own head and that's the middle of your head. And after I've done that, I'm just making sure that I place the closure right on the cap. Can you see how straight and perfect that is? Yeah, that's, you have to make sure that you place your closure very well, making sure that it's sitting flat and nice on the canvas head with the mesh cap. I usually like to do wigs with mesh cap. It's just better for me. It's breathable. I just find them more comfortable than using the dome cap. I will always recommend that you use the mesh cap for your wigs. So now it's time to sew the closure on the mesh cap. And if you notice that I did not start, I'm trying to make sure that the closure is really what's the word I'm looking for, just make sure that it sits nice on the mesh cap. So I went slightly away from, I didn't start like immediately from where the closure was staying on the mesh cap. I don't know if you understand what I did from that beginning. So you just want to make sure that you sew your stitches neatly and tightly, making the closure and the mesh cap one. So you just want to sew it round, make sure that your stitches are clean, make sure that everything is placed nicely. Once you place your closure nicely with your T-pins on the canvas head, be rest assured that you have a good foundation, a good base to actually sew your closure on, and you're not going to have any issues of maybe it's folded or maybe it's just going to be perfect for you. So I'm just doing that. I'm done sewing my closure now. I'm going to take off the cap and just cut out the area that the closure was staying. You see, I've made that space. I'm just showing you what the cap looks like. You see how round it is. It's the exact size of my client's head, and it's just, you see how it's just, everything will just be normal. So the next thing I want to do is I want to create lines on the mesh cap to sew my bundles on. And if you use a tape measure to actually give yourself a guideline, it's always essential, it's always nice to have a guideline, especially if you're a beginner. You need to have a guideline. This helps you, the next place you're going to place your bundle, the weft of the bundle. You're just sure and you're not sewing blindly. So yeah, that I've done that. I make sure I've marked every line that I want a bundle to be on top. And now I'm just going ahead to sew my bundles on each line. This makes work very easy for me. You just want to sew. I have a more detailed video down on my channel that was slowed down, that's showing how I loop my thread and sew the weft on the lines of the mesh cap. So yeah, but this is just like showing you that I'm sewing it. I'm not really actually teaching you how to put your needle. And oh yeah, I did it here. Okay, I did it here in the beginning. Okay, let me just say this. When you want to start sewing your wefts on your mesh cap, especially from the very beginning, you want to make sure that you pass the needle and the thread, you pass it on the weft, that hard part. Yeah, that's what we call a weft, in case you do not know. So you want to make sure that you pass the needle from in between the weft, the thick part. This is after you have untied the end of your thread. So you want to pass the needle in between your wefts, that's the thick part, to now like pass it through the mesh cap. That way it just makes them, it holds it tightly. You want to do the first two stitches, or first two three stitches, passing the needle on in the middle of the weft. But after you've done the second or third stitch, you can now start passing the needle under the weft. It doesn't really matter, and into the mesh cap. Yeah, but like I said, there's a video down that's showing, there's more detail that explain how to sew. But I don't know, I don't mind. I can always do another video showing, like a slower video showing how I sew. I'm going to do that in my next, okay, I have a week to make, so I'll just do another video, a new one. Yeah, because that the one I'm talking about that it's down, it's in the past. So I would just like I wasn't thinking about it when I was editing this video. I just wanted to show you how I made this closure wig into a fringe. But in my next video, I'm going to show you how you can carefully sew your bundles to your mesh cap tightly, neatly, and it's not going to go anywhere. So yeah, I'm still sewing here. I'm just sewing and making sure that you see, when I said have a guideline, this is what I mean. And you also need your T-pin. You see how I make using my T-pin to hold the hair down, the bundle down, to just make sure that it's staying flat on the hair, and it's making work easier for me. It's not flying about, it's not dancing about, it's just in place. Helping me. You see, I always use the T-pin to just hold it down and give me like a flat surface to sew my bundles on my mesh cap. So I'm just sewing. When thread finishes, what I usually do is when I attach a new thread, I make sure to tie the one that finished, because you still have like a little part of it left. So I make sure to tie the finished one with the new one that I just attached. This way I know that my stitches aren't going anywhere. My stitches aren't going to unravel. They're just going to stay in place and be there for as long as the owner of the wig wants to wear the wig for. So yeah, I'm just sewing and making sure that my stitches are neat and everything is done properly while following the line that I created. over here I was done sewing my bundles onto the mesh cap, and this is what the wig looked like. I've now made a wig. So the closure was bald in some areas, so I'd went ahead and ventilated some strands of hair onto the closure because it was exactly at the middle part and it was where I was going to make my fringe. So I had to just ventilate some strands onto that area, but I did it off camera. How to ventilate will be an entirely different video. I promise to make a video showing you on how to ventilate bald spots on your closures or your frontals or whatnot. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to create the fringe, the bangs of the wig. You see, I've just made a little V shape cutting on the closure. I've just made it and I've sectioned it out to keep. This is the part, the section that I'll be using as my bang. So yeah, I'm just going to take that out and just keep it in place while I go in and work on the rest of the wig. So for this wig, my client had requested not entirely layers, but she just wanted me to cut off like a light layer kind of thing. The ends of the hair were thin and she just did not want it. She wanted it to give a fuller look because she wanted it to be more like a double drawn. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, the ends of the bundles were actually really thin, and so she just wanted me to cut it out. So here I'm just trying to cut it out in a way of a really light layer, a soft layered kind of texture, not entirely a more pronounced layer. So yeah, I'm just doing them cutting. You see how I've angled the hair, and I'm just finding the split ends, the really thin ends that she didn't want, that I'm just trimming out of the ends of the wig. So yeah, I'm just doing that, and that's just basically what I'm doing, not much. So for the next section that I'll be cutting the ends or layering or whatever we decide to call it, for that next section, you see I've cut it out, I've sectioned it out rather, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take from under the one that I already cut, because I just wanted to really follow the guidelines, the length of that was under. Yes, still, like I said, soft layer. So I'm just going to use that line, that length rather. I'm going to use that length to cut the remaining of the split end. So that's what basically what I just did in this entire video. As I went up the sections, I make sure to go back down and take the length from underneath and make sure that I was following that's just basically how you layer. If I was going for a more pronounced layer, I would have gone with that method, but I wasn't doing too much. I was just doing little by little, like I explained. So I'm just using that length from the down to just cut out the split ends on the wig. So yeah, I just did that to the whole of the wig. till I got to the top. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, this is me appealing to you that you subscribe to this channel so that I can grow better. I see you all. I see all the love, all the likes, the comments, and the shares, and you people pushing up my watch hours. I really appreciate all of the efforts and all of the love. But in case you're just coming across my video for the first time, I just want to appeal to you that you subscribe to my channel, and I promise to always drop very educative. Yeah, I'm all about educating women on how to rock their wigs better, how to slay their hair, be it natural wigs or whatnot. I'm just all for educating women and making sure that every woman steps out really looking nice, because you're never fully dressed without your hair. Like, that's why I say your dress can be pretty, your makeup can be on fire, but once your hair is not done, it's not just a complete look. So you always need your hair to be on point too, especially your hair, guys, especially your hair. Especially your hair. I've seen cases where people just do only the hair and their faces are snatched even without makeup, as long as you have good skincare. So you see why it's really important that your hair must always slay. And this is why I come here every time and I do videos. Can we talk about how hard it is to record videos for YouTube, or for YouTube, for content, basically, as a lone person? being alone. You have to be the cameraman, you have to be the sound man, you have to do the content, you have to make the wig. It's just a whole lot of work. Like, you don't even know. Sometimes I record a video and I didn't even know that my phone had probably gotten low with battery, and then the video had paused, that stopped recording, or something. Maybe a call came in, I don't know, a lot of things. Or maybe I moved too much and I just went out of the camera. It's happened a lot of time, guys. It's happened a lot of time, and this is because it's just this one eye that is doing all of this. So yeah, a lot really goes into creating this content and trying to teach and educate women about how well they can rock their wigs and their hair. And I would just really appreciate that people are actually learning from this, and it's not just me just doing this for myself. Like, people are watching it and they're learning, and yeah, it just makes me really happy. So yeah, I'm just really just cutting the soft layers, just trimming the ends. But for the front, I was going in more. I just wanted to cut and just make sure that when I curl, everything comes out really nice. So that's just basically what I'm doing now. Like, guys, like I said, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, this is your opportunity. This is the time to subscribe. Please, 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 please kindly subscribe to my channel so that we can keep growing. Okay, so yeah, I went in with Balsic. I recently just started using this, and let me just say that I love the product. It really gives, it's so light, it gives, a little goes a long way. Put just a little on your palm and just rub the entire hair, and it just gives it instant shine. It's shiny, it's slicky, it's just really nice. So yeah, I've applied Balsic on the hair, and I went in with what's it called, yeah, I went in with my heat protectant. Yeah, that was the word I was looking for. I went in with my heat protectant because I'm going to be going in now with heat, trying to curl the wig and stuff. You see how it looks? It really looks really nice. Yeah. So after I've applied the heat protectant, you just want to use your blow dryer. Okay, now before I did that, I went in with a little bit of mousse because I just wanted to hold the curls. You don't need to do too much, just a little, just for it to, light mousse, just to hold, so that when you curl, it's going to hold the curls really well. Yeah, this is a tip for you if you want to curl your hair, and you just apply a little mousse just to hold it in place. So yeah, that's what I'm just doing. After I've done that, I will go in with my blow dryer to blow dry the entire thing so that it can dry off. You don't want to curl your hair in a wet state. You want to make sure that you blow dry hot hair and make sure that it dries out before you start curling. Remember what I always say about curling? You have to take the entire thing up and curl in section, work your way from down to top. That's what I'm just doing. And in this video, I'm going to be using the reverse bombshell method of curling. I'm going to do a video, now that I'm talking about it, I'm going to do in my next, I'm not saying the next video is going to be probably how to sew, how to remake your bob wig. Yeah, I'm just going to make, let me know. Yeah, I have a very nice video coming up after this one, and you want to make sure that you watch it and learn, because this is going to be really educative. So yeah, I'm going to make a video showing you the different curl patterns of how to do the reverse bombshell curls and the bombshell curls, and how it holds and what it gives you, because different curl patterns for different looks. I'm going to do that. So yeah, I'm just using the reverse bombshell curl method to curl this wig, and yeah. I'm now done curling the entire wig. I've curled and pinned down, and now we're at the top where I said I want to use just showing you the curls of the wig and yeah, how they're in place. I'm going to take down the pins later, but I'm just leaving them to so that it cools off on the pins. So now it's time to go into the area where I want to have my bang. So I just unraveled that, and I'm just going to use my hot comb to just flatten it out, to just give it a really flat, just make it really flat. So that's what I'm just doing here. After I was done flattening it out, I section it into two equal parts, and I'm just going to cut it. I don't want to cut it straight. We'll get in there later. I just want to cut it a slant way. So this way it helps me to make sure that I'm not going too short, or neither am I going too long, and I'm just having the perfect bang. This is what works for me. I use this method every time. So I'm going in now with a tape rule. You want to use a tape measure to measure the where your widow's peak area is down to where you want your bang to stop on your head. That's what I'm doing now. You want to measure that area, the inches of where you want your bang to stop, and from your widow's peak, from where your hairline is. So that's what I just did, and I got a 3 inches was what was the measurement that my client sent to me. So I'm just working on that 3 inches. If you notice, I put a T-pin on that spot of 3 inches to just make the work easy for me, so that I can follow that place. I know that I'm trying to achieve the length of where I put that T-pin on the 3 inches. And you just want to cut the bang shorter. You want to go in, and if you notice that I'm not cutting it like making it sharp, instead I'm taking my scissors upwards and just making sure that the cutting is really nice, looking nice and perfect. So that's what I'm just doing. You just want to do that, keep cutting and cutting, and yeah, just making sure that you nip, maybe I should say nip, yeah, nipping the area, and you're just making it fine. We don't want it to be blunt, or just, you just want to make it free. You want to make it effortless. You want to make it flow easily, lightly, not, I don't know, yeah, but you get what I mean. After you're satisfied with what you've cut, you now want to go in. You can go in with your straightener and just make it, you just like curve it. But I just went with my curler because I knew what I was doing, and I knew how I was going to get my results. So I didn't mind using my curler. So I just went in with my curler and just did my thing to curl it. And yeah, that's just basically what I've just done. So guys, we're coming to the end of this wig, and this is what I let it sit for like a day, and this is what it looked like. So I've taken it off of the canvas head, and I brought it onto this mannequin to just style it. So yeah, I've attached a band so that it stays firm on the head. I'm going to do a video and show you how you can attach your band to your wigs, because there are different ways that you attach the bands to a closure or a frontal. Those are adjustable bands actually, that can you can adjust to how tight or how loose that you want it to be. So I'm just going to unravel the curls, and I'm making sure, if you notice me, I'm making sure that I follow the direction to which I curled while I'm dropping the curls. You just want to gently and lightly remove the pins from the curls. So I'm applying my wax stick. I prefer to go in with my brush rather than use my place the entire thing on the hair. This way I'm able to control the quantity that I'm applying to the hair directly. So I've gone in with my edge brush, and I've taken a little out of the container, and I've put in the places that I want to use my hot comb to flatten down. So that's just this helps with flyaways, and it just helps to keep that area sleek, flat, and looking shiny. So yeah, I'm just using my hot comb to just press it down and make sure that the bang and the wig itself, everything comes together. You see what I mean? Yeah, everything comes together, and it's joined together, and it just looks so beautiful. If you've watched until here, thank you so much for sticking by. I really do hope that you learned and you're educated, and I cannot wait for you to create your own wig. You see, this is beginner friendly. You don't have to have any knowledge in wig making. You can actually do this by yourself. So yes, guys, if you already haven't subscribed to my channel, please, this is the last time I'll be saying this. Is the video is coming to an end. I just want to say that please subscribe to my channel, like my content, drop me a comment, let me know that I'm being seen, let me know someone out there sees me. I'm not just doing this, someone out there is learning, getting educated from all the videos that I'm dropping. Drop me a comment, share these videos, guys, share these videos to someone that you think might be interested or might learn from it. Share it, could be your friend, your sister, anybody, guys, just share this video. Yeah, guys, so until my next video, I love you all. Bye.